I lived in Atlanta for about 3 years. I attended Clark Atlanta University. When I moved back home, I became the first person to write, direct, and sell a film international distribution. People began to ask me, well, how do our kids get to learn what you learn and do what you do? And that was the birth child on the Sesame Film Camp.
Because we have to expose our kids to these opportunities, and it's important that they actually see that they can be whatever they want to be in life, right? At an early age, because you want to light that fire inside these kids at an early age. So as they get older, they get more confident and they grow and they're excellent. We're looking for our next like Ryan Coogers, right? And you start early and you'll be that. That's our goal.
Last year was our first year in Atlanta. We are in 6 different states. We're in Atlanta, Birmingham, Nashville, St. Louis, uh, Houston, and New Orleans.
Wanted to give back to the kids, and when you get a phone call from Shania Travis, the answer is always yes. Right? When you have those solid relationships and they only call you for the real things, you're supportive, and so that's one of the reasons I got involved because I got the phone call.
This is about making sure we get prepared our next generation, not only of storytellers, but I believe everybody has a voice. And I think one of the major challenges that most young people have is they don't know what that voice is. They know they got something to say. They know they're feeling something. They know there's a response. They're not only sometimes, unfortunately, reactionary. There's all kind of brilliance that gets lost and impulse that gets lost in just not having the right kind of vehicles. A lot of people think they want to be rappers. Not really. They got a story to tell. There's something they need to say, but they don't always know all the various options that they have throughout the creative spirit to do it. So I just think this experience is a wonderful opportunity to discover and explore that. Yeah.
It's just a lot of behind the scenes experience, especially with the tech part and the sound and working with creativity, especially with other Black people around me. It's very nice and it's very feeling.
So I know you're not in this film, but do you want to be in films or do you want to be behind the scenes, a director or?
Currently, I am an actor in front of the camera. I've been doing it for the past decade for the agency Page Parks. I've been the show Landman, and I mostly prefer to be in film and not behind the scenes. But I do vary in both, and I love cinematography and sound.
I love that. So who do you look up to in the acting world?
Definitely Denzel, my goat. I love Denzel. He's my favorite. Denzel, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield. I love those three actors.
Favorite Denzel movie?
Equalizer.
Okay.
Two.
I'm just here to help and assist, but in 2023 I won Best Director, so doesn't matter.
So if you could direct your own film, what type of film would you love to direct?
Probably like a comedy. I like to laugh a lot, so probably comedy. Yeah.
Watching movies, and I was like, it'd be really cool if I could make one myself. Write scripts.
So what would be your first love? Would it be behind the scenes or being in front of the camera?
Probably behind the scenes.
Okay.
I wish I had the resources that Marlon and his whole team provided for these kids when I was in high school or middle school or trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Because I had no idea I wanted to be in TV and film. I had like an inkling, but I didn't have like someone there to support it and provide resources and provide workshops and training and especially behind the camera. So this, if I had this when I was in high school, I would be, I feel like light years beyond. So I think this is great.